In the movie The Dark Knight Rises, Bane and CIA face off in an unforgettable scene. But what if there was more to this scene? What if Christopher Bravo Nolan truly meant for us to notice something that slipped by us this whole time? I am going to show you how the plane scene truly is one of the most important moments ever put to film. First, notice the briefcase CIA is handing off to the masketta man. Notice the ridges and overall design of the briefcase. We'll come back to that later. Next, notice how Matthew McConaughey is piloting the aircraft. We only see him for a quick few seconds, but he is definitely there. This is also important and will be brought up again later. After the plane scene is mostly over, Bane drops the plane out of the sky. This causes everyone left on board to die. Or did it? Let's think back to the briefcase. If we look at another one of Nolan's movies, Inception, we see the same briefcase. Only now, it's called the passive device. Notice the ridges and overall design? It is the exact same as the one CIA handed off to the masketta man. Being that Nolan pays such attention to detail, you can bet that using the same briefcase wasn't an accident. Now let's think about who is in The Dark Knight Rises and who is in Inception. We have Tom Hardy, who was in both movies. There is Marion Cotillard, who was also in both movies. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in both of the movies also. I'm sure there are more recurring actors, but I cannot think of any more. Why would Nolan hire the same actors to be in two of his biggest budget movies? But more on this in a minute. Now we get to Matthew McConaughey. He was also in another huge Nolan movie, Interstellar. Also, Anne Hathaway was in Interstellar and The Dark Knight Rises. Why is it important to mention all of these recurring actors? Because the Dark Knight series is a dream. Here is my theory. Matthew McConaughey and Aidan Gillen teamed together to infiltrate a shared dream that was being held amongst the Inception team. Only something had gone wrong and turned two of the Inception protagonists, Bane and Talia, evil, thus causing Joseph Gordon-Levitt to have to defeat them. Both CIA and Matthew McConaughey die in the plane crash, which is obviously a kick like we've seen in the Inception movie. Once kicked, Matthew McConaughey and CIA wake up. This is where it gets interesting. If we watch the first scene of Interstellar, we see Matthew McConaughey dreaming of a crash. This happens so frequently his daughter asks him if he was dreaming about the crash again. Could this mean that the plane scene has occurred more than once? Later in Interstellar we meet Anne Hathaway, who was also in The Dark Knight Rises. Her presence in a facility of science, and her innate knowledge of who Matthew McConaughey is, indicates that she has infiltrated his dreams before. This explains why she was in the corrupted dream that was The Dark Knight Rises. So, what can we learn from all of this? First of all, Nolan is a genius who deserves every possible award we can give him. Secondly, that every movie Nolan has ever made is probably connected in the same way, but we have yet to discover how. Bravo, Nolan!